Hello, my name is Dario Romero. I'm an attorney here in Tempe, Arizona, and in this video we'll be talking about whether or not you should be applying for DACA after the Supreme Court case that came out on June 18, 2020. So that's another question, the $1,000,000 question, what is next? So the Supreme Court case came out. They decided that USCIS could not terminate DACA because they did not give a good enough reason when they canceled DACA. So can you renew DACA? Yes, you can renew, and you definitely should. Now, the next question is whether you can file DACA for the first time or apply for advanced parole. That's where we're kind of in a gray area right now, and that's what we're going to be talking about. Because if you apply for the first time DACA, you've never had DACA before, it could get granted, it could get denied, it can be rejected, USCIS can sit on it. There's many different things. So here are my concerns. Again, we're not sure exactly what USCIS is going to do. There's no clear guidance. And yes, Trump can try again to terminate DACA and give a better reason than the reason he gave in 2017. Another issue, another concerning comment was from the deputy director from USCIS that stated that the Supreme Court case was not based on law, which is confusing because the Supreme Court is what defines what the law is. So that just kind of tells you the mentality that USCIS has after this decision, so we're not exactly sure. So yes, we can submit DACA for the first time, but again, it can be granted, they can sit on it, and it can be delayed, it can be denied, it can be rejected, and a lot of people believe that submitting your DACA can be giving the government information that they possibly can use against you. I'm not that type of conspiracist. I don't have those conspiracy theories, but it is a possibility. So let's assume that you do want to apply for DACA. So here are the requirements. You have to be under 31 years old as of June 15, 2012, and came into the United States before your 16th birthday. And we have to prove that you've been physically present since June 15, 2007 up to the present time. So if we're talking 2020, we have to show almost every single month that you have been here since 2007. So many of those can be school records, work records, medical records, any type of record, even bank records that show that you have been here in the United States. And very important, we have to show that you were physically present on June 15, 2012. And also that you're currently in school, you have graduated, or you have a GED, and you have no serious crimes. There's some felonies that are issues. Some misdemeanors are issues, felonies, so it all depends as to what type of crime that may or may not affect DACA. And then the filing fee is $495 for the process. Now, advanced parole, that was one of the benefits from DACA, that if you had DACA, you can petition the government to give you an advanced parole. That way you can travel outside the country and come back without any issues. And this was the purpose of this was for humanitarian reasons. So for example, if a family member was sick, usually those were the best way to get advanced parole. It wasn't just, because I just want to visit. No, that's not good enough. And if they did grant you a advanced parole and you came back to the United States, then that would count as a legal entry, which has other benefits if you're applying for adjustment of status through a spouse or a parent, or etc. The filing fee for this one is $660. So again, we're in that gray area whether we decide to file DACA or not. Worst case scenario, you get denied, you lose your money, you lose legal fees. But if it gets granted, then you do get DACA and everything goes as planned. Again, right now it's so new, and that's why it's hard to give a good recommendation because it can go either way. And we're waiting for more guidance from USCIS to see how they're going to process them. However, it's up to the person whether or not they want to file for DACA. Give us a call, 602-544-0607. We can talk about your options and weigh whether or not it's worth it. Again, thank you very much and have a nice day.